What's up all? Summer's finally here and it's time to brew a beer. Today we're going to go with a new take on the IPA. We're going to go with a Cold IPA and we're going to give it a shot. It's not quite a normal IPA. It's not quite an IPL. We're going to do it and it's going to be fun. Let's go.
Party time brews. This song ain't no good, but we got nothing to lose.
Okay, so that's out of the way. So today we're going to start with a pretty straightforward grain bill to do this Cold IPA. We're going to start it with about 5 kilograms of Pilsner. The grain bill is going to be heading pretty much kind of like a lager-ish, only we're going to hop it like a West Coast IPA-ish. A lot of ishes in this. So 5 kilograms of Pilsner, and then we're going to top it up with 1 kilogram of Flaked Corn. And I'm going pretty straightforward for Cascade. I got 7.6% pellets, and I'm just going to go with 45 grams at 60 minutes for the bittering. And then I'm going to take another 45 grams or so at the flame out. So should bring it right up around 30 IBUs or something like there. Not too crazy, but I'm also going to add another 2 ounces, so 60 grams at 7 days just for the dry hopping. So it should have a really good flavor. And that's that for that part. The next part we need to talk about is what we're going to use for yeast. I don't have it here. It's kind of propagating downstairs, but I'm going to use a German lager yeast, S-189. It has a pretty good taste. I make a lot of good lagers with it and pilsners or whatnot. So they taste good, so I want to bring that to this. The difference with this fermentation here is that we are going to be fermenting it at just normal fermentation temperatures as if we were fermenting with like an SO5. So that'll be right around the 20 degrees Celsius, or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius is what I'll be aiming for on this one. Whatever I pitch it at, I'll let it free climb up to wherever it gets for the household temperature. So really it could be anywhere up to 22, depending on the day. So with that said, I guess the last thing we'll talk about is the water profile, which is probably best seen right here. For the water profile, I used a fairly balanced water profile. I actually searched online for Cold IPA, and what I found was in John Palmer's recipe, he had a profile there, so that's what I used. Figure he knows his stuff. And yeah, let's get at it.
So here's the brew day. I measured out the grain. I'm loving these dollar store pitchers because they're pretty much an even kilogram of grain per scoop. I added the flaked corn and then set it up to mill. It started out well, but I immediately learned a lesson that flaked corn doesn't go through the mill. If you happen to add it to the grain bill before milling like I did, be sure to mix it up good. If not, it's going to gum up the mill like it did to mine. As you can see, I needed to mess around with it a bit afterward to get it to work. A few minutes later and I was back to milling, only to take a break for a snack with Jack. He definitely loved the grain. Next I threw it into the grain father, stirred it up, set the temp at 65 and then the timer for an hour. After an hour I lifted the basket and sparged, then started the boil. I threw in 45 grams of Cascade at the start of the 60-minute boil, a Whirlfloc tablet at 5 minutes, and another 45 grams of Cascade for the Whirlpool.
And we'll try something a little bit different this time. Got my sanitized bucket, just a little bit of star sand, and got the yeast starter. Get that all stirred up there, mixed up, and I'm just going to throw it in the bucket first. Now, unless I forget to chill the wort like I did last time, this should be good. Throwing the wort in on top of there will aerate the wort a little bit more, get the yeast going, get it mixed nice and good, and hopefully we'll get nice fast fermentation with this.
After the wort was in the bucket, I fermented for 7 days, threw a 2-ounce dry hop in, and then left it another 4 days before kegging.
Okay, so we made it to the tasting. Cold IPA. Let's get at it. Okay, so looks like a beer. 1 step down, pretty good. Smells pretty good, smells IPA-ish. So far right off the bat, I can't smell the difference between a regular IPA and this one. But I do get some fruity notes off of the hops that I used there. Take a look at the clarity. She's kind of a medium haze. She's not overly super clear or anything, but she's definitely not a full haze or anything like that. Let's go in for one last little whiff. Yeah, pretty much just getting the taste off the dry hops there, or the smell off the dry hops. Nice Cascade-y smell. I guess that makes sense since I dry hopped it with Cascade. So let's go in for a taste. Right off the bat, it's nice, real nice flavor. Yeah, got no complaints here. Definitely is a drinkable beer, and yeah, if that's what you're looking for, you can stop here because great beer. I definitely recommend trying it. I like it. One of the better ones that I've done for sure. Getting no off flavors or anything like that, so that's a bonus. Yeah, the head's looking pretty good. So yeah, like I said, the aroma, nice and fruity, getting those Cascade kind of notes off of there. The head's looking good. So we got aroma, appearance. What's next? Yeah, taste. IPA-ish. It's not like a huge punch tropical flavors, but that's also because I use the Cascade hops in that one. But it is a nice, clean tasting IPA. Haven't tried the IPL or the IPL yet, so don't really know the difference between the two. I can go, yeah, maybe take a little examine of what's supposed to be different. What's the difference between a cold IPA, a IPL, and just the IPA? Maybe here's a little look at it. Give it a few seconds here, because yeah, I don't know right off the bat. So my research will tell you. Yeah, so I don't want to drag this out too long. I could go on BSing about different flavor profiles and all the fanciness of it, but for me, it's just a great beer. It's something different. I had a couple of my friends try it, or not friends, but sister and her partner. So yeah, it was a great beer. They both liked it, so good stuff. Oh yeah. Wait. If you happen to like this kind of content, think about subscribing. And I guess if you liked it, like it. Okay, I'll finish. Thank you for watching. Cheers.